Hey everybody, welcome to our Team Set It Off weekly call. So excited. You can see all the party people that are live, and Carol's in the dark, but we know she's here. Today we're going to talk about something that I'm super excited about. The subject is your vibe attracts your tribe. It's such a cute little saying, but it's really true, and I'm super excited to teach you a little bit about what I've learned in my Art of Recruiting group. I paid a little bit of my money to be a part of a group that I already feel like I've gotten my money's worth. So of course I'm gonna relay the information as best as I can to you and share what I'm learning, and hopefully you will implement some of the things that we learn. I'm going to do something a little different than I have in the past with my team calls. We're actually, and this is a thing that I learned from Josh Coates, but we're actually going to implement. I'm not just going to give you inspiration and like you're going to write some notes and then like we're going to get off the call and like going to be like, wow, that was really great. If we're here and you're investing this time, we might as well make it worth your time, right? It's the whole reason why we're on this call. And so we're going to have designated implementation time, say that 8 times fast, during this call. So if you're actually watching the recording, which I still don't think anybody watches the recording, but maybe people do, then you will have the designated time as well to whip out your phone, or if you're watching on your phone, then, you know, take notes and whip out some other device. Come on, everyone's got like multiple devices. Don't even lie to kick it, okay? So you got laptops, iPads, phones, the works, okay? So without further ado, I am going to screen share. And I really hope that I know I'm not going to talk for like an hour and a half. This is like my goal for tonight. Okay, let's go in presentation mode. All right, so what a cute little graphic. This is vital number 1 behavior. Wait, hi. This is vital behavior number 1 training. I can't even formulate sentences right now. So, you know, I was trying to think too with team calls. I was like, I want to feed you guys new information, but really, it's all going to be around the 4 vital behaviors, to be honest, because, you know, common sense isn't always common practice. And I think it takes like multiple times to hear something over and over and over in different ways for it to click sometimes. And some of you just get it. And then some of you that watch this, it's going to be a little bit difficult, and we're going to have growing pains. But, you know, as long as you join these calls and you're in our community and you're on our team and you're ready to learn and you're ready to grow, I know that amazing things will happen. So let's start this off. I actually took some time and looked up everybody for recognition for Success Club in September so far. So it is September, what? It's September 13th? Hold on. Yeah, it's September 13th. So it's September 13th, and this is everyone in the entire Team Set It Off downline that has points on the board, which is so freaking amazing. Like, I was looking at how many I have in my downline now, and we have like over 300 coaches in Team Set It Off. You know, it's just, I can't even, like, it's so inspiring. It's so incredible to watch everybody flourish, and it just only helps inspire me. So without further ado, people that have hit Success Club so far, Crystal Alexander, she's obviously our top coach in our downline. If she's not your immediate upline or you're not friends with her on Facebook, I highly recommend that you do that right now. Crystal Alexander, she is thebomb.com. Her team is exploding. She's exploding like, she's freaking amazing, and she's a really great example of the things I'm gonna talk about tonight. But she's already at Success Club, I think like 14, and she hit like Success Club 50 last month. So it's just unreal what she's doing. And then also for me, I'm at Success Club 6, which is I'm really excited about that, and I know it'll only grow. And then everyone else has at least 4 or 2 points, which if you don't know, Success Club points are equated to a challenge pack. So you get 2 points per each Shakeology fitness program you help someone get started on or you sign a coach up with. So this means that these other people on this list have at least helped 1 to 2 people already this month, which is huge. So Anna, my personally sponsored coach, Whitney, which is Crystal's, Shantice, I hope I said her name right. That's Whitney's coach, who's going to turn Emerald, which is super exciting. Jamie Stevens is on the board. You don't know how happy that makes me. Jamie's my baby. Ayana is on the board as well, which is one of Jamie's coaches. Jeanette is on the board, of course, as always. I feel like you should be almost a all-star, which an all-star and a legend. So if you're a Success Club all-star, that means you've hit Success Club consecutively for 12 months in a row. And when you're a legend, you hit it for 24 months, so 2 years in a row. So super exciting. I know Jeanette's probably really close to hitting all-star. Keisha, which I love Keisha. If you're not following her, you should follow her. And then Lynette, who I'm pretty sure that's Crystal's coach. Crystal's been signing so many coaches, I'm like having a hard time keeping up, but super exciting. I put these quotes here for a reason. When you're committed, you do whatever it takes. And when you help others achieve their dreams, you will achieve yours. And I really think this is so specific to Success Club because, we're going to talk about social media and connecting and inviting and doing all those kinds of things. And people typically will ask, either me or I see it in passing where people are like, well, what's the magic number? How many people do I need to talk to? How many invites per day should I send out? And it's like when I remember Crystal asked me, she was like, well, how much or like, what would it take for me to earn X amount of dollars? How many coaches would I need? And I was like, however many coaches it takes. Like, I can't give you a number. Like, you just need more. You just have to do more. Like, if you're not at your goal, you have to be willing to do whatever it takes. You have to talk to more people, which is normally what it is. And for some reason, which I know, because I'm this way too, is it's scary to talk to people sometimes. It's really scary to put yourself out there. But you'll find that the more people that you talk to and the seeds that you plant, I guarantee you all the people that we have for our Success Club points were not our first conversations. These are people we've probably been talking to for a little while, and then they came to fruition. So yay, give it up for Team Set It Off. Everybody rocks. Okay, let's get to the content. All right, so vital behavior number 1 of coaching is invite, invite, invite. 3 times, because it's 3 times as nice. But I really want you to think of it like this. I want you to think of it as attract. So attracting people to you, you connect to them, and then you invite them. This is not, and I hope everyone realizes this on the team. I think that if you're on the team, you realize this, that we are not like other MLMs, which I'm sure you've been approached by other people. Whether it was, It Works, Herbalife, and I'm sure there are coaches that give us a bad name as well too. Actually, I know it is true. But we're not we're not in the business of just selling shit. Like, we're not like, oh, let me just message these people with the same thing, and get like word vomit all over their inbox and like click my link and like, I'm almost at my $500 goal. Will you buy this $15 product to help me get there? Like, we're not like that. We are in we're in the business of people and building relationships and personal relationships. So this is what I want you to think of it as. Your social media is like your storefront. If you opened up a brick and mortar right now, the thing that the general public could see would be your social media. This is your Instagram. This is your Facebook. If you're on Snapchat, this is your Pinterest. This is Twitter. This is like, if you have a blog, like whatever it is, we all have our own little things, YouTube, things like that. But it's your storefront. It's like, imagine if you walked into somebody's store and then you weren't like even sure what they were selling. You're like, there's just a bunch of shit everywhere. Like things don't have price tags on them, and it's just not clear, right? Versus when you have a nice storefront and it looks visually appealing and there's nice marketing and everything, like you have like a brand. And, you know, I know for me, I'm such like, go to the grocery store and look at the bottles of water. I always pick the cute ones, okay? Like if they've got some good font on it, like, you know what I mean? It just does something to us. That when we see things that just look clean and clear and concise and it's your storefront, it's what people get to see when they first tune into you. So for some of you, this is already easy. This is already intrinsic. You've already developed this habit of posting on social media. But for some of the other coaches on our team, this is a completely new concept. I know for a fact that there are some people on this team that like you purposely don't post on social media because you don't want people to know your personal life, right? You're like, my life is my life. Like if you want to know me, you should probably pick up the phone and call me. Like that's like what the general mindset of people when they don't post on social media is. But you have to understand that you're not on Facebook just to be on Facebook and like dilly-dallying on it, right? Like when you're on social media, this is now your job. It is your job to Facebook. It is your job to Instagram. Like, you know how many people would love to get paid to just be on social media all day? In fact, most people are on social media all freaking day and they don't get paid for it. So I want you to think of it like this. When it comes to posting and putting yourself out there, this is what Josh Coates has been teaching us. He said, you want to be as arrogant as a rock star and as humble as a homeless person. Or I saw another video and he was laughing because he was like, or just the confidence of a rock star. He's like, I just think arrogant just sounds better, right? It just sounds more dramatic. But the idea behind it is that if you were a celebrity, right, people like give a shit when you go to the store or what you look like when you first wake up, or like if you do laundry, or if like what you do during your day, or like what's your favorite meal, or what's your favorite song. Like it's that kind of mentality where you're like, oh, you have to pretend like you're in a reality TV show of yourself, and people care and they want to know what you're doing. But also to, you know, keep that humbleness about you, you know, because I struggle with this too. And me and Noella were talking about this over text a little bit because I was telling her, you know, about the posting. It's going to be in the next slide. But she was like, what do I lifestyle post? Like, what do I post? I was like, anything. Even me and Kelly talked about this. And I was like, dude, post a picture of you before you go on your interview to, you know, that she went on yesterday to a vet clinic. You know, it's just little things like that. Things that we're like, oh, like, I don't really want to post that. People care. Like, and I've been playing around with it too because I struggle with it as well. Like, I ain't even gonna lie to kick it, you guys. Like, I struggle with it as well because I'm like, why do people really give a shit if I'm sitting on the couch with my husband right now? They do, though. They do. You know, I will meet complete strangers that know Lucy, that know Nick, that know, like, that I gave up teaching classes, that I dropped out from master training. Like, people know all this stuff about me, and I don't even know who they are. And that's what you want, because you know what that builds? That builds trust. And we buy from people we trust. Right? Facts tell, stories sell. There are over 450,000 Beachbody coaches. Let that sink in. Almost 500,000 Beachbody coaches. When I started being all in with Beachbody, I think there were maybe like 300,000. And I was like, dude, this is oversaturated. Like, everyone's a coach. No, they're not, though. But that is a lot of people. When you're on social media and all you do is follow other coaches, then yeah, you'll feel like, oh my gosh, it's oversaturated. But the fact of the matter is, anybody can go buy P90X, 21-day fix, 22-minute hardcore, Shakeology, whatever. They can buy it from anybody. In fact, people will go on the website and just go and buy it. So why are they going to come to you? Why are they going to work with you? It's because you share your story. It's because you share who you are. and you open up, the more, and I can guarantee you, everyone on this call that has done posts like this before where you're so vulnerable and you open up, and it's like, I call it makes you want to poop your pants kind of posts, where like you like post it and you're like, like you feel so like you're going to be judged or you're embarrassed or like, I mean, like I have to breathe into like a paper bag, that kind of attitude, right? Where you post something that's just so vulnerable. What you end up finding is that vulnerability connects you with other people. And if you need help with opening up and sharing and being vulnerable and allowing people to see the real you, I suggest a lady named Brené Brown, Brene Brown. And you can go on YouTube or watch her TED Talks. It's like 15 minutes long or something about vulnerability. And then you can download Audible books of her. She is fantastic. She is amazing. And it'll all come full circle. And I think you'll have a better understanding of why the more you get butt naked on social media, quotation marks, butt naked, like the more you peel back your layers and you reveal parts of yourself that you don't really want to reveal, then the more you'll find that people really, they feel like you're real and they connect to you, and you're not just this like Beachbody Miss America, like, everything's awesome, I drink this shake and all my problems go away and I have abs now and I'm so happy. Like, you need to touch on those points as well, but you still need to be a person, right? And so the thing with this, this is what I want you to do, is if you haven't already, and if you already have, I think it's good to rewrite it again, because you need your mission statement. You need to know why you're doing this, because when you don't feel like posting or sharing yourself, or you use those excuses that we have, I'm too busy, I'm too tired, I got sick, this person got sick, I have a hangnail, I'm working too many hours at work, I need to spend time with this person, I have to get ready for this vacation, oh, it's the holidays now. Like, like when I feel like when you start to be like vocalizing your goals out loud, it's like life throws every freaking circumstance your way, and you have every opportunity to like dip out real quick. But when you have a strong why, when you know why you're doing this, when when it's in your freaking soul, when it's deep within you and you know why, and it's not your Miss America answer to be like, I just want to help other people. Okay, yeah, I know, you and me both, right? Like, that's why we're all here. We're all here to help people. But there's a deeper why than that. And if you don't have your deeper why yet, it's because you really haven't meditated and thought about it and really got quiet with yourself and really started to ask yourself. I'm not asking you about Beachbody stuff. I'm asking you about your freaking life. Like, what is your legacy? What do you want to be remembered for? What do you want people to say when you're not in the room? How do you want to make people feel? Those kinds of things. What quality of life do you want to have in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years? What do you want to be? What do you want to do? What do you want to have? Like the deep, deep questions, like the long-term questions, not just within the next year, not you just keeping your head above water, right? But really the big, big things, the big things, contribution, right? Significance, love and connection. It's your need for certainty and uncertainty, your need for pain or pleasure, like everything's intertwined with it, everything. And so this is why personal development, that is our third vital behavior, is so important to really dive in. And you guys, I have my Dropbox. I'm going to bump it up to the top of our team page. I have Tony Robbins' $300 program called The Ultimate Edge, which is an audio program. And he has you do live exercises, and he is the best of the best. If you do not know who Tony Robbins is, go on your Netflix and watch I'm Not Your Guru and go see this dude. Like, people pay $15,000 to go to Date with Destiny with him. Like, he has worked with athletes, presidents, celebrities, like everyone. This guy is amazing, and I am giving you his audio program for free. It's on my Dropbox. You just download it to your computer, download it to your phone, and then when you're out and about, when you're driving, when you're, doing laundry, cleaning, getting ready, like, just listen to it. Just have it on in the background. Because this is the idea with all of this, is that in order to have, right, we have to do, and in order to do, we have to be. So if you want to be someone that helps other people, someone that makes a difference in this world, if you want to be someone that is fulfilled with their lives, you have to act that way already. You have to know that it isn't going to come when blank, right? Yeah, I'll be happy when. And you fill in the blanks. When I lose that last 5 pounds, when I have this amount of money in my bank account, when I have this job, when my kid does this, when I feel, like, the list goes on and on and on, right? Like, where everyone has this excuse of like, okay, I'll be happy when, and then it is whatever the thing is. But what I've learned through all this personal development in the last 2 years is that happiness is now, because you're only this moment. Right? And so if you're only this moment, why choose to be something other than what you truly want to be? Behave like the person you want to be. And it's going to feel a little weird, and it's going to feel a little off, right? If you're somebody that's introverted and you want to be outgoing in social situations, yeah, it's going to feel like really crazy to be like, hi, how are you? My name's Jen. How are you doing? What do you do for work? What brings you here? How was your day? How's work been going? Like, stuff like that for me is like, like, makes me want to claw my eyeballs out. But I've done it enough times that, like, I feel that little anxiety in the pit of my stomach when I'm at a social event, and I have like the angel and devil on my shoulder, and they're like, well, you could just go back to your default, or you could be the person that you want to be. So you be, then you do, because you're that person, so you do it. And then you align yourself so that you can have the things that you want. Confidence is key, because when you're posting on social media, confidence is key. And people can smell you from a mile away. They can smell it from a mile away. You can tell when someone's being phony and they're not being real and they're not being authentic. It's like they like take a selfie and they're like, right? Be that person. Be that person with your why, the why that you want, the legacy that you want to leave, the things that you want out of life, the person that you want to become, right? You're going to have to act like that person and do the things that they do and think the way that they think. So this is our inflammation time, implementation time. And now I want you, hopefully you have a notebook out, and I would love for you to quickly, don't take too much time, I'd love for you to quickly write down your mission statement or your why for becoming a coach. And then attached to that, I want you to write down how you want people to feel when they visit your Facebook, when they visit your Instagram, when they meet you in person. So I'm going to give you like 2 minutes, okay? Okay, 2 minutes. I'm going to grab my pen. And if you've already finished, keep writing. You have to write for the entire 2 minutes. So think of some more stuff. Okay. Hopefully you did it. Hopefully no, I can't see anybody, like it's just in presentation mode. So hopefully you guys are still on here. So I hope that that gave you some insight, you know, a little bit on your why, and then also a little bit about how you want people to feel when they visit your social media or they interact with you in person. And so these were mine. This is how I want people to feel. I want them to feel like I'm real, that I'm genuine and authentic, that I'm happy and energetic, that I'm transparent, that they can depend on me, that I care, and that I'm approachable. So if that if you had a hard time thinking of anything, those are some things that I said that are important to me, that are part of my brand. So let's move on to the next thing. So, there's a lot of information. You better have your pen and paper ready. Okay. All right, your posting schedule. So your Facebook and your Instagram. Okay. If you don't have a like page, don't worry about it. But if you have your like page and you get more traction on your personal page, I would say devote 75% of your posting to your personal page and then 25% to your like page. So this is easier when you have an Instagram. This is just personally what I do. I just link my Instagram to my like page. And so that way I have something on my like page, and I've played around with like posting live videos on my like page. And eventually I'm almost in the season where I can invest money into ads, because that's what people use like pages for, is to invest money into advertising. So unless you are making like almost full-time income with Beachbody, it's probably not worth it to dump any money into your like page. Of course you could do it. I'm not the gatekeeper or anything. I'm just relaying information I heard from Josh Coates, which was such a weight off my shoulders, because I was like, oh, okay, finally, like I could still work with my personal page, because, I'll go on a live video on my personal page and I'll get, like 300 views. And then on my like page, I'll get like 20. I post something on my like page, I get like 3 likes. I post something on my personal page, I get like 100. So I am going to transition, because I am at that point where I'm almost in that season where, I am going to devote income and investments to advertising and to take myself to the next level. But if you have just a personal Facebook page, stick with that. And then Instagram, if you don't have an Instagram, get your phone out and download it right now. And if you do have an Instagram, make sure your Instagram is public, and make sure you don't have a username that's like Fitness Diva Queen 26. Like, use your name. Just use your first and last name, or you can even use like Coach whatever. For me, I use TurboGen. I'm probably going to actually change that. Oh, I know. Shh. But I've had my Instagram for like 6 years. So, but if you're starting a fresh Instagram, just use your first and last name. Or if your first and last name's already taken, use your first and last name and then fitness. So like Jen Ernsberger Fitness. If you're me and Kelly, you've got a really long last name. There's like a whole paragraph of our Instagram handle. Anyways, okay, so this is what I want you to do. This is your posting schedule. So you're going to do 4 posts a day. Faux posts a day, okay? And if you can start it on your Instagram and then link it to your Facebook page, awesome. If you want to do it just on your Facebook, cool. I think that you could kill 2 birds with 1 stone and link your Instagram to your Facebook and take care of it that way. But these are the types of posts that you want to do. It should be your health and fitness. So you're already following a program, right? You're already working out every day, right? Right? So that's an easy one, right? This is just your post-workout selfie. You could do a body shot. You could do just a face. You could do like some people like to just do like their lips and down. I mean, if you're getting all like artsy fartsy with it, but just a picture of your face will do. Like that's always great, because people want to see you. They don't want to just see like, Google images of motivational quotes you looked up. They want to see your face. Then the next one, or these don't have to be in any particular order, by the way, okay? You pick and choose. It's like your portion containers. This is your allotment for the day. You choose how you want to do it. Although I will say I don't recommend posting these all in a row. Like kind of spread them out like every couple hours throughout the day. So then another post would be your inspirational or motivation type of post. So this is going to be really easy if you are doing your personal development and you're reading a book or you're listening to Tony Robbins or you're doing something to grow your mind. And this can just be another photo of you. This could be a photo of anything. I prefer if it's something of you, like your face, like that would be great, because I'm sure a majority of you on here don't take enough selfies. And it's a skill set. Selfies are a skill set. And the more you do them, the less awkward it will be. And if you're doing selfies for the first time, just make sure that you angle it up and down. You can do straight on, but just don't do like this, where you're like the camera's looking up at you like that, okay? And you'll get better with your selfies. Trust me, they'll get better, but done is better than perfect, all right? Like if you feel like your posts kind of are just like, ugh, it's good. We need to suck at first, and then we get better, right? We're all beginner. You all start somewhere. So then your other two posts are your lifestyle posts. Lifestyle posts are like, I'm at the post office right now. I'm at the grocery store. I'm drinking a cup of coffee. I'm sitting on the couch with my husband watching Netflix. Like whatever it is, right? Whatever you do during your day. And if you're like, oh my gosh, this isn't even interesting, even better. Even better. If it's less interesting, if you feel like it's not that special, that's a good post, because other people, that's what everyone else does. Not everyone is like living like lavish and like on like a tropical island and like parachuting and life. Like everyone has a routine. Everyone goes through their day and they're just doing their life, right? Like that's how you're going to have that connection. And you can, if something inspires you, like you do a lifestyle post and it's, you're at the grocery store and it, it reminds you of how like healthy eating's so important to you, or there was a time that you couldn't afford your groceries and, so you're grateful that you can now, or, you're grateful that like being a part of our Beachbody community has opened up your eyes on what to eat and how much to eat. Like, dude, the sky is the limit. It is your business. You can talk about anything and everything that you want. But I will say, bear this in mind, that you want to add value. Okay. You don't want to just post things just to post them. You want to, it should tell people a little bit about yourself. So that you can connect with like-minded people, because I don't want you to connect with everybody. I don't want you to be everyone's cup of tea. I want you to be specific to who you're trying to target. And I'm just learning this myself too, my ideal customer. So I just started working on this today where, if I could pick an ideal person who I'm talking to on my social media, she's me, right? She's me before I found Beachbody. She's me before I went all in with coaching. And so the fears and doubts and the interests and things that she likes. And so I'm talking to my specific person is what I'm going to start working towards. So I encourage you to think in a mindset like that, because your story and who you are and your interest and the things that make you, there are other people like you out there. So that's what you should be doing per day. Then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you're going to do your hashtag Transformational Tuesday post and your hashtag Throwback Thursday post. And you're going to get really, really good at telling your story. You probably don't tell your story enough. And remember when I told you to follow Crystal Alexander on our team? Go check out her social media. She tells, and Jeanette does this too. Jeanette tells her story a lot. And so does Crystal. And it's no surprise to me that those two are the only two on our team that Crystal's an all-star and Jeanette's almost about to be an all-star as well, because they just continue to tell their story. They continue to share the before and afters. They continue to just show people what's possible. And I remember looking at both of them, I'll be honest, I was like, God, they tell their story a lot. I was like, oh my God, enough already. But after going through this training, and Josh interviewed this girl that was like an elite coach, she's 7-star diamond. She showed us her Instagram in this video, and she was like, every other post she did was like almost a transformation post. She constantly told her story, because this is the thing. It's just the same reason when you turn on the television, if any of you still have cable, you turn on the television and there's commercials, you'll see the same commercial pop up a few different times when you're watching one 30-minute show. Same thing with the news, which I hope none of you watch the news. But if you did or you do, you'll notice when you watch the news, the same story will come up if you watch it long enough, right? Because they don't know who's just tuning in. So same thing, if someone's just being exposed to you for the first time, or maybe people that know you don't know your full story, right? When you start to invite people into your store, right, you're going to have to tell them the same story. And it doesn't even have to be the same exact words. You're going to share different parts of your story, because you have your big story, and then you have your Beachbody story. And then you're going to have small little successes like Carol. If Carol's still on the call, what she could do is share the fact that in her 21 days, she's lost 5 pounds. And she could share the fact that it kind of like, she knows it's good, but it frustrates her because she, normally gets to this point where she hits this 5 pounds and she can't get past it. But, she's confident that, she will break her plateau, and she's so thankful that she has a system that she knows she can trust the process. And she could talk a little bit about how she felt before she found Kelly in the 21-day fix and started really diving into that. Because I don't know exactly what Carol has experienced in the last 21 days, so I can't speak for her. But when you share a before and after, okay, when you share a left and a right, so normally your left is what you were before and your right is you now. You want to take people in. You don't want to just show them in the exterior. Because, and even if you do show the exterior, people will kind of connect the dots. And the reason why we're so drawn to before and afters is because we think the after picture equals happiness. We think that when we lose weight, we'll be happy, right? So when you tell that story and you dive into that person who you were before, and you kind of pick apart your pains a little bit, how were you feeling? What was your oh shit moment? What was your rock bottom? Did you have a rock bottom? Was there a time that you tried on some pants and you couldn't even button them? Did you have a time where you tried on like 10 different outfits and you were late for a meeting because you couldn't decide what to wear, right? Or were you just, you could tell whatever story that you want here, okay? But you want to grab people in, because we make decisions based off emotions. We don't make them off of like, wow, this program's on sale, I'm going to do it. At the core of everything, even if people aren't consciously thinking of it, we are making decisions based on whether this is going to bring us pain or bring us pleasure, take us away from pain or bring us to pleasure. So if you can develop those skills to start learning how to tell your story and draw people in with emotions and feelings and who you were and how you feel today, right? Because you don't have to be at your end point to feel like you've got some wins underneath your belt. Or if you're not where you want to be yet, you can talk about how you feel now and how confident you feel about the future. There is no shadow of a doubt that you are going to get to your goals. You are, whatever it takes, you are committed. Because people love that. They're attracted to that confidence. So you have 2 opportunities per week to share before and after. And you can get creative. Like today, my before and after is going to be more of a mental transformation for me. Like I'm going to share my mental transformation. I could share my sobriety transformation. On Thursday, I'm going to share my ultimate reset when I did it from 3 years ago transformation. Like it is your realm. It is your business. You can decide what you get to share. So that's Tuesdays and Thursdays. I use the hashtags because that's what you're going to post on your Instagram. On Sunday, you're going to do a coaching opportunity post. And my next slide is you can screenshot the next slide when we get there, but Josh Coates gave us a formula on how to do this. So next slide, okay? Now my next bullet point are just some apps that I like. I have an iPhone, but these are some apps that I like. So VSCO, VSCO. I don't know if these are for Android, so you're just gonna have to find out if you have an Android. I like that app for consistency, meaning I can pick the same filter, the same highlights, the same contrast, the same brighting. And I have it, like, I spent a little bit of time and played around with the different filters and figured out which one I really liked. And then I went in and I figured out, what, like, different settings within that I liked. And so that took me, it took me like 5 or 10 minutes the first time. But now when I go in that app, it takes me like a minute to edit my photos. Because you want some consistency across the board. But if that's too much, like if you're like, Jen, that is like way too much, I want to be like trying to edit a picture for like 20 minutes, then just pick a filter that looks nice. Don't overthink it, okay? Done is better than perfect. I'm going to say that again. Done is better than perfect. I like PicFrame for side-by-side photos, so for before and afters. And then WordSwag is really great for text. So that's where you could put your email, a part of the text. You could put your Instagram handle so people don't steal your picture and use it for other shit. Or you can even like put like, the year or the month that was in and the year and then what it is now, or, you can get creative with it. That's what I like to use WordSwag for. I put this in bold because, oh my God. Stop using borders, okay? If you've seen a photo where it has those big, thick borders, stop using those because those look ugly. They just look ugly. Trust me on this. Just trust me. Trust me. Trust me. They look ugly. So if you're in PicFrame, you can see it. Like if you're in PicFrame and you decide to do a photo, they have a button that's called Style. And on Style, you can change the width of your borders, and I just say go to 0 for your borders. So if you use a different app, I'm sure there's an option to change the color of your borders or to make them thicker or more thin. Just get rid of them, okay? Just get rid of them. They're like Jinko jeans. Just don't even put them on. They're freaking ugly, okay? It's not in style anymore. Just give it up. Donate it. Give it to Goodwill. Okay, and then the last thing, what to do with this posting schedule, and this is something that's going to scare the Jesus out of you, but that's good, is Facebook. The Facebook algorithms. This is me pretending to push up my glasses to sound super smart. Is that they favor live videos. So if you've never done a live video before, you can go to Facebook. And and I'm sure you've seen it, and when you go to do a post, they have a button specifically for live videos. And if you're gonna do a live video and you're really freaked out about doing one, make an outline of what you wanna talk about. Maybe you just wanna talk about your transformation so far. You can talk about whatever you want. It's like, it's you. And the scary part is that you can totally mess up. But that's what makes it even more entertaining. It makes it really fun. And if you've never done one before, your friends on your friends list are going to freak out. They're going to be like, oh my God, you're on live. And people will hop on and they can comment. You can talk to them. And remember, just like anything, you're not going to be very good at it at first. But the more times you do it, the better it will feel and the less robotic you'll feel. And you'll find your own voice. So implementation time. Your implementation time. You are going to pick 2 photos to use for your Transformation Tuesday. Some of you are already on the 8 ball and you've already done your Transformation Tuesday post. Now, I want you to look up for your 2 photos that you're going to use for Throwback Thursday. Okay, you're welcome. And I won't have you write your actually, let's just do this for homework. because I want to get through this content, but I don't want to talk for 2 hours. Is it okay? Yes, Jen, that's okay. All right, thanks, team. Okay, so you're going to pick 2 photos to use for your transformation. And if you've already done Tuesdays, then you're going to pick one for Thursday. And then this is the outline that I want you to remember, okay? What did the person on the left feel like? What was their pain? And what does the person on the right feel like? And then give them a call to action. And a call to action is simply something along the lines of like, comment below, you know, if you want more information on what I'm doing. Or you could talk about how you're gonna, you know, you love being a part of a community and an accountability group, and you really just want to pay that feeling forward to 3 people for your October group. You know, message, you know, comment below to get more information. It's gonna, if you've never done it before, it's gonna take you a little bit. I'm just gonna be honest with you. But it's okay. Like, you know, just get something out there and just like say words and be okay that if they don't sound that great. Because, you know, practice makes perfect. So give a call to action, you know. I would encourage you to tell people to comment below. You know, they can give you their email. You know, when you tell people to message you, they typically don't message you, but you can say that if that floats your boat. But the call to action is very important, because you don't want to just put up a transformation and then just like, okay, bye, right? Give some type of call to action. And even if nobody says anything, you are planting a seed. People are seeing your story. It's good. It's good. So the next one is all about, after you do this transformation post, we're titling this slide, If You Never Asked, the Answer is Always No. So you're going to be brave, and you're going to reach out to the people that like your transformation post from tonight. So either you can do it immediately or you can make it on your to-do list tomorrow. But you're going to reach out to those people that end up liking your post but don't say anything. Because a lot of people will like stuff like that, and then they'll just be like, they won't like reach out and be like, I need help. There's just something weird that there's a disconnect, unless you're Noella and you're like, I need help. She reached out to me, but one of my newer coaches, Anna, who's just freaking killing it, I had to reach out to her. I did a Facebook message, or no, an Instagram message to her when I was on my Success Club trip. When I listen to the top 10 coaches talk about whatever it takes, and they send out 50 messages a day and 50 invites, I went back to my cabin on my paid vacation from Beachbody and just messaged everybody that had liked one of my recent transformation photos. And she just so happened to be one of those people. So, you know, the way you have to think of it, you know, if you reach out to 10 people and 9 of them ignore you, but 1 of them responds, a successful person thinks, yes, 1 person responded to me. So that means I have to reach out to more people. When you come from a place where you're not doing personal development and you're not growing your mind and you're not realizing the bigger picture, you're just going to see it as, oh my gosh, 9 people didn't say anything to me. Right? But you could have that 1 person. That 1 person can totally change it. And if you got into this to help people, and you said in your head, if I could just help 1 person and I could just pay this feeling forward, would it be worth it? That's your 1 person. So love on them. Okay? Why am I starting to, my eyes are watering. So you can use this opener. You know, it's just something short and sweet and to the point. You know, if they liked your post, you can say something along the lines of this. Thank you so much for liking my post. I appreciate it so much when people support my journey and send good vibes my way. Are you on a health journey too? If you never use language like this, then you're going to want to rewrite it so it sounds more like you. Okay, but like good vibes, like positive vibes, like that's some stuff I say. When you ask them if they're on a health journey too. So these scripts are located in the Google Drive that's pinned at the top of our Team Set It Off page. Click that Google Drive, and there's a folder that says Inviting. And you can click that folder, and these scripts that are designated specifically for Instagram, but they can also be used for Facebook too if you'd like. I think it's called AOR Inviting Scripts or something like that, Art of Recruiting Inviting Scripts. And then there's some other scripts in there too that you can play around with it, and you can see a couple of them, and you can make them sound like you, and play around with them and see what works and see what doesn't work. So that's your second homework that I want you to write down. You are going to respond to everyone that likes your transformation posts from today. And I put an asterisk for some of you that are a little bit more into this than others, that are friends with a lot more coaches. If you know they're a coach, if you know that there's somebody on our team, don't message them. Just saying, right? You're here to, help people, and those people have already been helped. They already drink the Kool-Aid. They already know what we're about. So, reach out to those people that, you're kind of, don't prejudge anybody. You're just asking them if they're on a health journey too. So what's the harm in that? And then the bonus in that script, in that Google Drive, there's a thing called ADOS formula, where you can start to look up some of your business builders, potential business builders. And so anyways, I won't talk too much about that. If you have questions on that, we can talk about it later, but I want to get through this. Okay. So this is your Sunday night coaching post. And I will actually make this into a Google Doc too. So that you can copy and paste this if you need to. You can screenshot this if you'd like as well. But this is essentially on Sundays. What you need to do is try to post this around 5 or 6 your time, unless you know a time that works better for you. Make sure you use a fun and happy pic of yourself, preferably something that displays your brand. So if you're a mom, if you're somebody who likes to travel, whatever it is. And make sure the picture is good quality. And then try this formula. You're going to speak to your customers' needs. So you're gonna tackle something that you know that they're struggling with. Are you struggling to make ends meet? Are you tired of working for someone else's retirement? Do you wish you could be at home with the kids? Do you wish you had the freedom to travel? What's the one that I think I used? Do you ever wonder if this is it? That's the one that I used on Sunday, because it's legitimately what I used to think. And then you're going to tell them that you found the solution and how it's changed your life, and that you can walk them step by step, use those exact 3 words, through the same process that you've used. And then you're going to say, imagine what life could be like when, and then you're going to speak to the needs that you kind of already addressed, right? When you ask them a question, and then you're gonna have them imagine what it could be like when they could blank. And then you're gonna, finish it off with comment below, and I'd love to chat with you more about how you can get started, or something along to that effect. And Josh has said he's used this exact formula on his last few Facebook ads and have had hundreds of comments and a lot of sales. He learned it from a Facebook ad training. So please just give it a try. And for me, I didn't really have that much traction. I had one girl that had already been talking to some other coaches. She tuned into my live video. I haven't really followed up with her yet. But I also had some people that I actually reached out to last night, and I sent them a message that is in our Google Doc of a generic little hey, thanks for your support. Have you ever considered or have you ever wondered what I do as a health and fitness coach? And, I had about 7 people ignore me, and I had 3 people respond to me. One said that she used to be a coach and doesn't want to be one anymore, but she supports me. And then one was curious about what I did. And then another said she'd really seriously considered it, and we are at a serious conversation now. So to me, that's a win. You know what I mean? I made the post, I told Noella that it made me want to poop my pants and throw up into a bucket, because I felt like it was really just out of my comfort zone. I didn't like to put myself out there like that. But remember, you have to be as arrogant as a rock star, and as humble as a homeless person. So you have to, you got to say things that are going to hit people in a chord. They're going to strike a chord with them. And then you'll get people, their ears will perk up, their eyes will open, and they'll be like, huh. You know, some people will just, now they're watching you. Now they're like, oh, really? Really? That's what you're doing? And you're going to have those skeptics that are just going to sit there and watch you. And fine, right? Like, this is why the consistency is king. This is why you have to continually post, so that they know you're not going anywhere, that you are belief, you have faith in what you're doing. So this is also in our Google Docs. This will help you be able to track your activities from the things we mentioned today. And it's under the folder that says new coach information or something like that. It's under one of the folders, but it's this name. It's AOR to-do list or tracker or something like that. So that you can print that out. I don't have a printer, so I just wrote it in my notebook, and I just X off the things as I post them, and then it'll make sure that you're doing your workout, drinking your Shaco, doing your personal development, adding 5 friends or followers on Facebook or Instagram, having 8 conversations a day. So that's usually just people, like, if you want to just be simple with it, you could just start conversations with people that, you know, are just liking your posts. And, you know, if you need ideas on how to start conversations, look at our inviting folder, you know, start to learn how to form people. So that you can start opening up conversations that way as well. And then don't worry about that last crowd fire thing. Like, don't worry about that. That's nothing that you need to worry about. And oh my goodness, that's it. Okay. So that was a lot of information. I talked really fast. I'm going to end the recording. So thank you for watching if you've watched this far. And then for the people that are on here live, you can ask questions as you like.